What's going on, YouTube? Happy Friday. Fair play here. I hope y'all are having a great day. I am. It's a little gloomy because we've got some rain coming and going. But all is well in spite of. Y'all listen, on this short video, I want to mention, like I promised to do a couple of days ago, I want to talk about leaving Neverland. And frankly, y'all, let me tell you something. I know I sound like somebody that y'all like to call victim blamers, or that don't stand up for people that's been abused because of what I said on the R. Kelly video. But y'all, I have to call it like I see it. There's three sides to every story. There's the alleged victim side, there's the alleged accused side, and there is the truth, all right? And after I watched the Leaving Neverland documentaries, all I needed to see was one part to know that those two men, Wade and Jimmy, are liars. I wanted to believe them. I really did. Because we all know that Michael Jackson was strange and weird and kooky, but at the end of the day, that doesn't make him a pedophile. He probably had some actions or did some things that were unorthodox, because we know that Michael Jackson at the end of the day was a lot psychologically challenged, okay? And a lot of things he didn't do because he had no wisdom. Michael Jackson literally had the mentality of a child. He lived to the day he died, even in his 50s. He had the mentality of a kid. And like I said, that doesn't make him completely innocent, but I don't believe that Michael Jackson did the things that those men say that he did. To me, Wade seemed like a con artist, and Jimmy just looked like somebody that had mental illness. He seemed mentally unstable in all of his ways. And I have done some digging and research. I told y'all on the R. Kelly video, I do due diligence. I review things, I read documentation, I watch old videos, I look at old interviews, I look at information that came from old cases, and that's how I draw my conclusion and I get to the bottom line. I don't like to keep repeating details over and over again, because you got thousands of YouTubers that's talking about the same thing, and I don't want to bore you with all of that because you've already heard all that before. But at the end of the day, after everything that I have seen, I believe these two men are after money as well. They're after fame and money, just like those women that have accused R. Kelly. That's all that this is. When I was watching part one, at one point in the video, and I can't remember, I think it was Jimmy Falchuk's mother. She said when they were at, I want to say they were at Neverland, or maybe they were in Disney World or somewhere, and she said Michael Jackson had come to her. This was when Wade had gotten a little bit, not Wade, but Jimmy had gotten a little bit older. And Michael Jackson came to her because we know that they had been sleeping in the same bedroom and possibly the same bed. But Michael Jackson came to her one day and told her and asked her, he said, will you please talk to Jimmy and tell Jimmy to stop holding my hands in public, because people are going to start thinking things. You know how people are, and he needs to stop that. Well, y'all, that's what she said out of her own mouth. Now, y'all, answer me this. As close as Michael Jackson was supposed to be to Jimmy, because I do believe it was Jimmy's mother, as close as he was supposed to be to him, don't you think Mike could have told him that himself? They sleeping in the same bed. They supposed to be having sex all over the house, and they loved each other according to Jimmy. You don't think that Michael could have pulled him to the side and said, hey, Jimmy, stop holding my hand so much in public? You could say he didn't want to hurt Jimmy's feelings, but I don't believe that, because he could have told him to give him the same explanation that he gave his mother. Don't you think he could have done that? So y'all know I don't believe Michael Jackson was doing the things to him that he said he was doing. I have read that both him and Wade have money problems. Wade's family, the one that was in the garbage industry, the garbage business, they say they had a lawsuit against them where they owe thousands and thousands of dollars. So their whole family kind of went broke, from what I understand. And another thing, this is the biggest clue. This is the biggest thing that tells me we need to leave Neverland alone, is that in 2005, both of those boys sat up at court, testified on Michael Jackson's behalf, and literally said, they were grown men now. They were not children. They were in their 20s. They were full grown. And they said that Michael Jackson had done nothing inappropriate to them out of their own mouths. And then they said that Michael Jackson won the case, or was found not guilty, And here it is, 14 years later, 5 years after the man has died. I'm sorry, 10 years after the man has died. Excuse me. They come back and say he did do it. They try to flip and turn what they said in court. Their explanation is that they didn't want to get him in any trouble. They didn't want to hurt his feelings. They were just scared for him. Let me tell you something. That's a lie. If you got two grown men that'll sit in court in front of a judge and tell a judge a lie, what do you think he'll do to us? You don't think he'll lie to us? There's no way you can get in court and perjure yourself like that and then come back years later and say that you want to change your testimony. You can't do that. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. You don't get to do that, especially after this man is dead. You don't get to do it. He cannot defend himself. They waited good till them statute of limitations was out or over for perjury. They perjured themselves if that's the case. If they lied back then and they call themselves telling the truth now, I can't believe them because now their credibility is shot for me. That's all I need to know. You're liars as far as I'm concerned. And that's really all I got to say about that. Those men should not be able to capitalize and they should not be able to sue the Jackson estate. I'm through with Oprah. I never really care for her anyway, but Oprah Winfrey is wrong to get behind this and say y'all need to disavow or break your whatever she said about Michael Jackson. We need to forget about Mike. Now they taking his music off the radio. That's not right. They had no respect for Michael Jackson's family, his children, his brothers and sisters, his mother. They just didn't care. Oprah didn't care. And I have never cared for her, but I've really lost respect for her now. Okay? So anyway, y'all, that's my verdict on that. They're lying. This is about money. And that man is not here to defend himself. And I really just do not believe that they should be able to sue his estate for anything at this point. I just don't. After everything that I've seen and heard and read, no, they're lying. Well, anyway, that's all I wanted to say on this video, y'all. I can't wait to get on and talk about Wendy Williams and all the mess that her name has come up in this week. Yes, indeed. I haven't watched a bit of her show since she came back on March 4th. All right? But the thing she's been involved in, man, Howard Stern got her all the way together. And he should have, because she should never call that man's name. And then, you know, she's done a good thing. She started this, she's joined in with a trust organization, the Hunter Foundation for drug addictions and people that need help with drug addiction. She's done that. And, you know, and then calling people nigger on TV. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to do another video on that as well. So y'all, until I see you again, which will be later today, y'all take care and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.